clicker works. So we're talking a lot about the market changing and things like that. And obviously, as we shift into changing markets, there's certain things that we need to shift in our business to be able to adapt, right? To be able to continue to grow, to be able to continue to move forward. So this presentation is going to be all about how to 10x your referral business by building a tribe of loyal customers. A lot of what Adam talked about was building and tightening a group of people that know, like, and trust you, right? So let's break down exactly what that looks like. But first, what is the most important form of marketing? Word of mouth. Exactly. And why is it word of mouth? Because it's the most trusted and it can't be bought. I can't go up to John and say, hey, John, let me kick you $50 to do a social media post about how awesome of a realtor I am. Now, maybe if you did that to 20 people, you could get a few people to do it, but it wouldn't be authentic, it probably wouldn't be good, and it probably wouldn't move the needle. So, the best advertising you can have is a loyal customer spreading the word about how incredible your business is. So how do you build word of mouth and 10x your referrals? It starts with building your tribe, right? Building your tribe and being very clear on what your tribe is and what your tribe is not. And some of these strategies that we're going to share today, we've learned from some of the top people in the game. Mike Ferry, we've coached with for many years. Carrie Schulz, one of the top female brokers in the U.S. Ryan Dice down there is basically the godfather of internet marketing. And then on the bottom right, that's Sharon. He built his company Telus and then sold it to Douglas Elliman for an insane amount of money. And a lot of the strategies that we've learned from them, we've used to build our business. In addition to that, these strategies helped us to where I can drive a Lamborghini. And so what does that mean? That means that obviously everything I say from now forward is 100% factually accurate and you can trust everything. That's actually not my Lambo, it's just one I rented in Vegas, but Lambos equal truth. Obviously. So we've grown Big Block Realty mainly on referrals from our great agents like yourselves and everyone that's not in Winner Circle, and obviously we're very appreciative of that, but there's a lot of things that we've done strategically to be able to make that happen. It's how we grew 6,271% in 3 years and landed on the Inc. 500. And I just want to give everyone in here a round of applause because it's crazy growth and we couldn't have done it without everybody in here. So first things first, you got to be really clear about who you want in your tribe. Define who is and is not your type of customer. So we went through a lot of examples this morning, right? Like, do you like wine? Do you like working with senior citizens? Do you like being really politically outspoken? Do you like basically whatever it is? Do you like, going to the beach? Are you a workout person? Are you a hiker? Do you like working with first-time buyers? Are you passionate about helping people that have lost a loved one and helping them move on, right? Really get clear, and it's going to be different for everybody in the room, right? So the first thing we want to do is be really clear on the type of people that we want to work with, because if you do that, everything else gets easier. Then what unites you and how you will help them, and then build your entire brand to push that message from top to bottom. And we'll go through all how to do that. So how do you build a tribe? Number one, it's cool events. Events get you face-to-face with people. They let you bond with people. It's a different experience than just regular marketing, right? And it's not just events. It's actually cool events that people want to go to. That's the big distinction. Number two, build your culture and brand to attract the right people, right? Once you get clear on who you want in your tribe and the type of business you want to have, it becomes a lot easier to write your ads. It becomes a lot easier to create social media posts. it becomes a lot easier to create new content because everything you're doing is geared towards attracting these types of people. Number 3, and we've also talked a little bit about that this morning, is owning your own media and controlling the message. Very important because, again, you're speaking directly to your avatar. You're speaking directly to the type of person that you want to be helping. Number 4, setting up your community for maximum referrals. And number 5, always putting the customer first. So what does that mean? That means thinking about every part of the buying experience and the selling experience and how to maximize that person's experience with you as opposed to how can I help them close on this property as quickly as possible. It's all about delivering wow. So let's start with cool events. The goal, I think, for everyone in here should be 4 to 6 a year. I'm going to go through a whole bunch of different examples on easy ones, harder ones, cheaper ones, free ones, expensive ones, the whole deal. I think the goal for everyone in here was just pick a few that resonate with you and run them this year. According to Gail Goodman, the president of Constant Contact, events are brilliant for growing your business because they allow you to, 1, scale your business fast because you're talking not to one-on-one, you're talking one to many. Number 2, you get a higher level of trust much faster because you're on stage, you're adding value, you're giving first, you're playing the long game. Also, it gives you a chance to make offers. You have their attention. They're in your world. They're at your event. Now you can make an offer, whether it's a soft offer or like a let's do this right now type of offer. And you'll get higher conversions because you can offer special event discounts, like come to my thing and you will get X, right? It's a way to increase the amount of people that you can convert. So how do events help you grow? Well, they help you grow into a new neighborhood. If you wanted to break into a new neighborhood, into a new market, best way to do it is with events. It helps you create a referral-based brand because as you start doing these events, you can invite referral partners, you can invite B2B associates, you can invite past clients, you can invite prospects, all of that. It also allows you to cross-promote anything else that you want to cross-promote. Like in here at an event like this, obviously we want to showcase some of our vendors because it's a great chance to be in front of our top producers. So a lot of people in here I know, they own other businesses other than just their main core real estate business. So could you easily bolt on something that you could sell at one of your events? Think about it like that. And then also you're constantly expanding your network and your database because you're able to invite a lot of different people to these events. It makes it easier to grow. It's way less, it's way lower barrier to entry than like, hey, want to jump on my email list? It's never going to happen. Where it's, hey, want to come to my happy hour? It's going to be way easier to convert people over. So how we've done that, this is our hyper growth marketing mix. There's 3 parts to it. Number 1 is value add events. Number 2 is social events and experiences. And number 3 is special events for your VIPs. We all want to take care of our VIPs, right? So first, let's start with value add events. The goal of these, and we've talked about this a lot, it's the long game. It's to earn their business before you earn their business. Sam talked about that a lot in his presentation. It also allows you to add value and build credibility. If you're up on stage in front of 50 people, that automatically elevates your credibility to a certain extent. It makes it way easier for you to create content. How many times have you guys heard us talk about personal brand and creating content? And I bet maybe 20% of you at the most are doing it regularly, consistently. Well, if you throw events, you can bring in a videographer, photographer, and now you've got your next 6 months of social media content just off that one event. So here's some ideas for value add events that we've done and that could work, that I know work really well for agents. So workshops. Workshops are great. I know that Andrew Greer, I think he's in here, he does a really great job back there. He does a really great job with workshops. They allow you to get on stage in front of a lot of people, spread your message. You can collab with vendors who will actually help you pay for these events for free or close to free. So now you have sponsors, which I know also Andrew does a really good job of getting most of his events done for net zero. He spends $0 and he throws great events. Some ideas are that would be hot, I think, right now. How to do an Airbnb workshop, how to do a first-time home buyer seminar, how to become a real estate developer, how to increase your home's value, right? Something for the mommy group could be like how to baby-proof your house in 7 easy steps, right? Just think about back to your avatar and how you can create workshops that would resonate with your avatar. How to find off-market properties, etc. So we did this at the very beginning of Big Block. We did it a ton, and it worked great to grow our brand because we would do agent workshops. We would get 20 realtors in a room. We would teach about some sort of marketing hacks, and every single time we would get a couple of them to fill out a fast action form, which I'll talk about in a second. And they would want to learn more about joining Big Block. And that was in the early days really how we grew. And you were at a lot of these events, so you can speak on it. But we would get 20, 30 people in a room, and we would kind of bring the show to town. We would move it all around. And every single time we would pick up a couple of agents because we're adding value first. We're being their broker before we're their broker. Lunch and learns. Lunch and learns are great because they're quick, they're easy, 30 to 60 minutes. Again, you can leverage your partners to bring in snacks, Red Bulls, coffee, whatever it is. Some other ideas on that, how to buy and sell a property at the same time, right? A lot of people right now are upgrading, downgrading, and they want to know, how do you buy and sell a property at the same time? 1031 exchanges. You could find any 1031 exchange vendor and they'll teach the class for you. You come up, you do the intro, you get the FaceTime, you let them do the presentation, and then you schmooze with everyone afterwards. But again, it's all about adding that value first. So another one that I know a lot of you in here have done is free picture opportunities. Like every single person with kids, they always get their kids pictures with Santa, right? Why don't you be the person that offers those pictures with Santa to your database? It'll cost you probably $150 to bring in a photographer. You can do it at the office. You make a little set. And then what's beautiful about that is now you got an easy reason to follow up with people. Hey, I just wanted to send you your pictures, da-da-da-da-da. Now you're in conversation and you didn't even have to do anything. No charge for the people in your tribe, right? So you're adding value again. Generally, they would need to go and they would need to pay Mall Santa to take a picture with their kids, which is gross. They have to wait in a long line and they have to pay money. Whereas, wouldn't it be better if they could just come to you, come to your clean, beautiful office and not get charged? So there's Allie and Corey sitting on Santa's lap. We can all guess what they were wishing for. But you could do this a couple times a year. You could do an Easter Bunny shoot. You could do like another really good one for like B2B referrals is do a headshot day, right? Bring in a photographer, call everyone you know that owns a business. Hey, we're doing free headshots today. You want to get a new business card, new marketing, come to our event. You get a free thing. We'll hook you up. Community events. So Carrie Schull, who I pointed at in one of the earlier slides, she's a huge broker. She really crushes it with these community events because it helps her establish dominance in her market that she wants to establish dominance. It's massive value for your local market. And not only that, you're getting direct connection to the people in the neighborhood that you probably wouldn't get to talk to unless you're out knocking doors and doing all that. And then it's just a weird vibe anyways. Whereas if you invite them to the yearly garage sale in the neighborhood, or you invite them to the yearly neighborhood barbecue or potluck or any of those types of things, you're going to be able to have really natural, organic conversations with people as opposed to, and you're adding value because, you know, throwing a garage sale is a pain in the butt, but if you can pool a bunch of people together, everyone promotes it, they sell more of their stuff, you can offer to haul away their donations afterwards for free. A great thing to do with this too is if you're working in a neighborhood is leverage the local school. Because the schools have the list of people you need. They have the list of all the parents in the neighborhood with phone numbers, emails, and the whole deal. So go to the school, say, hey, I want to do a garage sale, a community garage sale in your parking lot. I'm going to do all of it. I'm going to take care of everything. You don't have to worry about anything. All I would like you to do is send an email list to the database so that everyone in the community knows about the sale. And now all of a sudden you'll be able to fill up a garage sale just with one email blast from the school. Same thing with churches or any big organizations that happen to be in a neighborhood. If there's a chamber of commerce, any of that kind of stuff works great. Some other idea, brand everything. So in these two pictures, what I didn't notice was any branding, right? If you're gonna do something like this, pay an extra couple $100, get some big banners made, get some QR code stations, get some little handouts made so that you brand the whole event and you become the community go-to person just off of people attending your things and seeing all your stuff. Community garage sales are great. Beach cleanups are great. Obviously, we live in San Diego, or a large portion of us live in San Diego. Beach cleanups are easy. You just get a bunch of people, provide a bunch of trash cans and a bunch of those pincher things, and you've got an event. Same thing with karaoke night. I don't sing. I probably wouldn't go to a karaoke night. But I bet a lot of people in here love to sing and would love to go to a karaoke night. So back to knowing your tribe, right? If that's your type of thing, that's a great way to get people together, have fun, kind of get out of their box. And community barbecues, all great community style events. Charitable events. So do something to give back that everyone can participate in easily, right? Like every year, for example, at our holiday party and throughout the month of December, we do a big toy drive for an organization called MOM, which is Military Outreach Ministries. Obviously, in San Diego, we have a really big military community. We're all passionate about helping kids. And so if we can help the vets and the kids, that's a double win for us. And so every year, we donate like thousands and thousands of toys to this organization to help make Christmas better for all those kids. And a lot of you have donated to that, so obviously we're very thankful. But it's an easy way for people to participate and group people together to do something that has a big impact on the local community. So some ideas on that is just going to a food shelter for Thanksgiving. Very easy. You don't have to do anything except show up. You show up, you put it out to your database, you get 10, 15 people together. Now you guys can all do something really positive directly in your local community. Another one that doesn't take any work except showing up is Habitat for Humanity, right? That's very real estate related. It's a great way to go out, make a difference, help people with housing, and they do events all over the place. Silent auctions, yearly spring cleaning donation event, all that kind of stuff is easy to do. You rent a big truck, you go around the neighborhood, you let everyone know, hey, on this day, I'm going to come by, I'll take any of your stuff that you don't want, and we're going to donate it to charity. Now, all of a sudden, again, back to like content and everything, now you're driving a big truck full of stuff to give to charity that you can push back out and thank everyone and kind of get your name out there. So this is a really powerful example of passion plus charity. So we have a really good friend. His name is Eric Upchurch. He's been a military vet for a long time. He's very passionate about veteran homelessness. The numbers are pretty crazy when you actually look at how many veterans are homeless in the country. And his whole entire purpose in the business is to end veteran homelessness this decade. He puts that in all his marketing. He puts that at all his events. He runs his entire business around that framework. And on this post, he raised $170,000 for veteran homelessness just by going on a hike with a few of his friends and getting it sponsored through people on his database to just support the hike and say, hey, we're doing this. And now his goal is to build with that money, to build 26 tiny homes in a community that will all offer free housing to homeless vets. So like, That's an amazing example of giving back and making a difference. And like, if you're in the military, or you've got a brother that's military, or a dad or a son that's military, like, who's not going to work with this guy, right? Like, and he's so passionate about it. Everything he does is around, let's build something, let's do something, let's get it together, free housing, free Airbnbs, this, that, and the other thing. But just a really powerful way to pull it all together. Virtual events. I put boo, because we're all over virtual events. But the reality of virtual events is you never know what's going to happen. Maybe we get locked down again. Maybe you like working with international clients and you just can't do a local event. The biggest benefit, though, is that it's one-to-many and it's very easy. So like during COVID, we did some virtual trivia, some virtual game shows. You could do a virtual wine tasting. You could do an out-of-state buyer's workshop or an international buyer's workshop. And then what's cool about these is that you can then, especially if it's a webinar, like if you did one of your workshops as a webinar, now you've got a webinar that you can use in your marketing funnels and just offer as more free value. You can put it on YouTube. You can get more eyeballs. So it's really a great way to pull things together, especially if you can do it as a webinar, then it's an extra no-brainer. Next is social events. So this is where we get to have fun with our clients. Social events is really geared towards just strengthening relationships. It's people that you kind of already know, or at least have an acquaintance relationship with, to be able to strengthen the bond, have fun, break bread, all of those types of things. Deliver wow experiences. And again, very easy way to create content. Film those things, shoot a little reel. That's another thing that Andrew does a really good job with his, why am I blanking on the name?
Real estate G-Codes.
No, the other one.
Brewery?
The network one. Brew RE, thank you. Does a great job turning those into content pieces to both strengthen his brand, and he can use those now in future promotions, right? Like, hey, look how awesome the last one was. Make sure you're at the next one. So some ideas for social events. Obviously, the easiest one is do a happy hour, do a networking event. We do these every month, and it costs us more than that because we usually have more than 20 to 50 people. But for 20 to 50 people, it's going to cost you about $400 to $800. What you want to do is you want to give everyone a free drink ticket, because free drink tickets just make people show up. Imagine that, especially if you're Sam or Corey. The other thing too is you can get your vendors to sponsor it, and it's obviously free for your clients. And then it's a great way to do outreach. Now when you're prospecting and you're calling, you're not just like, hey, when do you plan on moving? It's like, hey, come to my next event. Hey, come to my workshop. Hey, come to my social, right? You're always adding value and you're always bringing people together. You get to invite everyone. You can rotate locations. So if you wanted to dominate like North Park, you could do it at a brewery, do it at a restaurant, do it at one of the parks, and just keep things rotating, keep it fresh. Another idea is doing events around sporting events, right? Like if you're a sports person, like I know a lot of you in here are, why not throw a Super Bowl party? Why not throw a golf outing? And then the other thing on that is too, you can follow up with people after the event with all the pictures, the content. Monday Night Football group, right? That's an easy one. Do a fantasy football league. Whatever the types of things, whatever sport you're into, there's easy ways to bring people together around those types of things that in most cases you're already doing. Like I'm a fanatical soccer fan and I have season tickets to LAFC and I go to all the USA games, and I always bring a group of people with me. I can give away my season tickets to people that I want to build relationships with. If I'm working on a deal with someone, it's like, hey, let's go check out the game, da-da-da-da-da. It's an easy way to build relationships and strengthen bonds. So John Fleming and Corey are both huge football fans. John's a Bears fan, Corey's an Eagles fan. They're both very passionate about their teams. Turns out they met in the playoffs. So they made a bet around, hey, let's bet on this game but we don't want to just bet money. We want to make it interesting. So, okay, how can we make it interesting? Well, what if we say that the loser has to shave their head with the winning team's logo after the game? Strong bet. So what ended up happening was we actually turned this into another piece of content for our brokerage show, just around the bet being made, around the experience. We got a whole bunch of people to watch the game together, so it was a great time for everybody. And then John lost and Corey won. And I'm not sure I've ever seen Corey happier than I've seen him in that picture right there. Yeah, exactly. But anyway, John had to walk around with that for, I think it was a week. I think that was the bet. Had to walk around with the Eagles logo shaved into his head. Obviously, that got both of them a ton of attention on social media. It's a great way to just have a little fun around what you're doing. I wish they were here, though. I'm going to have to bring this up later if John walks in again. Exactly. So holiday parties, obviously that's like a very easy one, low-hanging fruit. Get your tribe together for whatever it is, whatever holiday you like to celebrate. Theme parties. So, yeah, where's Melissa at? So Melissa and Allison, both in the room right now, were two of the best professional wrestlers that I've ever seen. No, come look. I was there. Come look. I think my favorite part that I'm not actually sure that you can even see right now. Classic. So anyway, theme parties are a great way to have a little fun, do things. Yeah. She is wearing a shirt. That's just a fake nipple, but it is out.
I thought it was real. No, dude, it was terrible in person.
Yeah. So, anyway, theme parties, a lot of fun. Get people out of their shell, make them dress up, do things a little bit different than the everyday. Even though Allie does wear that all the time.
That's the attitude.
So another easy one for those of you guys that have office space is just do an open house. Open your doors, maybe do a parking lot barbecue, maybe just do a little low-key happy hour, but it gets people into your office, into your tribe. It lets them see what you're all about. Ideally, your office is decorated in a cool way that represents who you are, and just lets them experience a little bit of the culture firsthand. Especially for those with teams, like this is a great strategy because you can let people experience what it's like to be on the team before they're actually on the team. Another good, easy one is extracurricular activities. We used to do a kickball team. So, again, like there's no effort to do something like that. It's already done for you. You just have to get a few people together that will want to play. And then every week you're with those people. You're building relationships. You're deepening connections, etc. You can do a dodgeball team, softball team, pie eating contest, whatever it is. But those are great. A couple bonus tips on events. Number one is you always want to make an instant offer, especially at something like a workshop. So for us, when we used to get a bunch of agents in a room, we would have a fast action form, which was basically had a picture of a $50 bill on it and said, hey, if you fill this out right now, no cost, no obligation, but if you do decide to move forward, you'll get $50 off of when you join. What that would do is it takes away the awkward, like asking for the sale part of things, because the people that are interested, they're just going to fill out the form because you're offering them some sort of incentive to take action right away. And then it also just, the people that aren't interested won't fill it out, and then you'll know real quick. So anything that you can do to kind of like, you know, at a first-time home buyer, I know a lot of the lenders offer like special credits. Maybe you can speak on that for a second. Like, can they do like a free appraisal with whatever? Like, how would that work?
There's lots of different ways to do it, but you can do a free appraisal. You can do, no lending costs. I mean, there's a bunch of different ways you can do it.
So that's an easy one, guys. On a workshop, talk to your lender partners and have them give away some sort of freebie for you. And now it's like, hey, if you're interested in moving forward, if you fill this out today, we're going to give you a free appraisal when you move forward.
I think a fair amount of people do home warranties. A lot of agents do home warranties, so it's like a package deal, home warranty and appraisal if you work with this team. And this is why we do it, so things like that.
Yeah, easy. Anything you guys can think to incentivize them to act now, to not wait. Follow up after the event. This is the easiest way to prospect. If you just have an event and then call the registration list afterwards, hey, what'd you think? Hey, I got this next one coming up, da-da-da-da-da, and then you can sneak in some real estate talk, because eventually, after they start talking, oh, what'd you think? How's it going? Oh, it's good for you. Eventually, they're gonna ask you, oh, what's new with you? Or what are you doing? Or what do you plan on investing in? Things like that. Include photos, especially if it's like a theme party event, anything like that, because those are the types of things that people like to post on their own social media. So now they're posting on their social media about how awesome a time they had at your event. They're linking back to you. Your profile grows online, and it's a very easy way to get more eyeballs on your stuff. Include a soft plug. Let me know if you ever hear anything, type message at the end of the email when you send pictures, but just following up. Right? We all know. We just don't do it. Events equal content. We're always pounding personal brand, create content. This is a way for done-for-you content to happen. Like if you did a 30-minute lunch and learn on 1031 exchange, you could probably pay an editor very little money to cut you 20 reels for Instagram and 3 YouTube videos out of that 30 to 60 minute segment, and now you've got your next 90 days worth of content just off that one event. Also, you can stream those events for maximum reach. So if you, for example, have a Facebook group or just want to stream on your own social media, it's an easy way to maximize eyeballs for people that aren't there. And then also record everything to promote and reuse later. Like, for example, we did a trailer for this event to get everyone hyped, and we used Winner Circle footage from like our last 4 or 5 Winner Circle events, just because now we have a whole database of content that we can always go back to, we can always pull from. So it gets people excited to come to the next event, and just you build your library. Another easy one is use QR codes to check people in. I know Greer, again, does a really good job of this. Like, don't do the, hey, come fill out my clipboard with your information, because A, you're probably not going to be able to read their handwriting. B, they're probably not going to give you their real information. And C, who's trying to do that anyways, because it'll make your lines get longer. It's just annoying. The other thing people do is put your business card in the bowl. That's okay. But the best thing you can do is, hey, scan this QR code, drop your info on the page, and then you are in. It takes them 2 seconds. They can do it from their mobile phone, and now you've pulled in their actual information for easy follow-up. These are also really easy to create. If you just Google free QR code generator, you just literally, there's a website, you just type in whatever link you want it to go to or wherever you want to send them, and it'll spit out one of those for free. And then that's the easiest way to sign people in, really frictionless. The extra tips is that do your events with other people and other companies so that you can leverage their lists, right? If you can get a couple of agents together, or get your agent, your lender, your title guy, your escrow person all together to all promote one of your events, now all of a sudden you're getting more exposure at zero cost. The other thing is leverage your vendor partners for sponsorships. Hey, I'm going to have a happy hour with 50 people there. How would you like to be involved? Maybe they'll donate a raffle prize. Maybe they'll offer to pay for some of the drink tickets, whatever it is. But there's lots of ways that you can do these events for $0 out of your own pocket. You just got to make the deals work. And then always work deals with the venues. Everything is negotiable. Like, if I guarantee you X number of dollars spent at the bar, can I get a couple free rooms? If I bring 30 to 50 people to your establishment, will you give us happy hour pricing all night long, right? What can you do for us if I guarantee you X number of rooms get booked? right? Like when you rent a space like this, all they care about is how many rooms are you renting. So we say, we can guarantee you X number of rooms, and if we do that, we need you to do this for us for free or hook up this or that or whatever. So everything's negotiable, and always try to be working with these venues to get better deals, better prices, extended happy hours, all that kind of stuff. And they're all going to be happy to do it because you're bringing 30 people to their bar or restaurant or whatever business. All right, so the third pillar is your VIP events. These are elevated experiences for your best people, your best clients, your best referral sources, your best B2B partners, your best vendors. These are exclusive for VIP customers only. What does it do? Number one, it makes your VIPs feel special. It makes them feel like VIPs because they're getting access to events that no one else gets access to. Number two, they're smaller, more intimate settings, so you can build better relationships with your top people. Also, in addition to that, it increases FOMO for your non-VIPs, right? Like, I can't tell you how many messages we get every year at Winner's Circle, like, hey, man, I got 17. Like, do you just think I could get in there? Can I just get in on Winner's Circle? And like, we don't do it, and they have the FOMO, and they want to get there, and everybody who's not here right now at Big Block wants to be here right now. So we leverage that, and it helps grow the brand. It helps makes the VIPs feel special, and it increases FOMO. Also, it's a great chance to connect your vendors with your VIPs, and it's a great way to create wow experiences for the people that are most important in your tribe, people that send you the most business. So some ideas for VIP events. Hint, you're at one right now. You guys are the cream of the crop at Big Block Realty, and so we want to give you guys VIP experiences so that we can build deeper connections with our top agents. And use open escrow, by the way. But what it does is it creates competition and it creates bragging rights, right? Again, back to like all the people that want to be here that can't be here because they didn't hit the minimums. Dinner outings. So exclusive for people that participate in certain things. So maybe you say, hey, I'm hosting a yearly dinner party for anyone that's given me 2 or more referrals a year. Or anything like that. Something memorable, like this was a memorable one. I don't really know if you can see it that well, but we went to Hofbrauhaus in Vegas. Anybody been to Hofbrauhaus in Vegas? So what people don't know, I think, yeah, you came with us. What people don't know about the Hofbrauhaus in Vegas is if you order a shot, they are going to spank you with a big wooden paddle. So we had an event in Vegas with a bunch of the agents, and we took them to the Hofbrauhaus. Unbeknownst to them, we ordered a bunch of shots, and anyone that wanted to partake got paddled and got to do a shot.
That's how you recruited.
See that? There you go. But think about that. Like, that's something they're never going to forget. They're never going to forget the one time I went to the Big Block event and did a shot and got spanked by this large German woman with big arms in front of everybody. It's just something you just don't forget. So memorable experiences. Yeah, keep moving. Another one you could easily do is bring in a private chef, right? Do it at your house, do it at a neutral venue, do it in a backyard. You can host a private dinner for your best clients and partners. That'll probably cost you about $500 to $1,000 to do a 10 to 15 person dinner. They will build the entire menu around what you want. So if you wanted to say, hey, I'm doing it more of like a happy hour style, so we need more like shared appetizers, or hey, I want plated dinners for everyone with waiter service, like whatever you envision, they can make it happen for you. That's my buddy Frankie. He's the head chef at Urban Kitchen Group. That's like Cucina Urbana, Cucina Interteca, and all those other ones. So if you guys want to hook up, we can hook you up. He does private dinners all the time. And again, they'll do it however you want. My boy Zap right here does a really cool event once a year that gets all his people together on a yacht to go cruise the San Diego Bay, right? Easy one to put together, very low maintenance. They're not going anywhere. So And how's that working for you?
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah,
Beautiful.
I get referrals from that every single time.
Every single time. So basically what you're saying is it only works every time.
Yeah, it only works.
Okay, write that down. Another one is just that's easy, especially for us here in San Diego, is do a wine tasting, right? If your tribe's the wine people, what better thing to do than rent a limo bus for a couple hours and go take them out wine tasting? Again, they're not going anywhere, and you get a lot of one-on-one time with all of your best people. That right there is us smoking cigars at a cigar lounge up in Beverly Hills that we have a hookup at. And every time we go there, I'll call a couple people in the area and say, hey, we're going over here. It's really hard to get into, but if you come with us, we'll get you in, yada, yada, yada. So you can always impress and connect with your VIPs and people that you want to connect with in the future. Deepen connections because it's things outside of the office, right? Like that picture on the right there, that's all of us in Cabo. I wish the Ives were here because we got an amazing massage on the beach. This guy was riding jet skis and yeah, like this. But we had an amazing massage on the beach after we went jet skiing, and that's something that I know I'll never forget and I know they'll never forget, right? So now we have that, we had that special experience together that we'll remember forever. It's probably hard to see that, but that's all the different things you can try for different events that you can add to your marketing mix for the next year. If you guys want, you can take a picture of that. I'll also put it in the Winner Circle Facebook group, so you guys will have access to the presentation. All right, so I can already hear you guys though, but like, oh, that sounds like so much work. Like, oh, I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna have to like call people. I'm gonna have to like put an event together. I'm gonna have to do all this stuff. Well, the good news is if you don't want to do it yourself, there's already people that are doing events that you can just get involved with. So, for example, Andrew Greer with his Brew RE, you can be a sponsor of Brew RE, and if investor types are your client, it's a great way to get in front of investors every month, and you don't have to do anything because he does it all for you. Same thing with Chamber of Commerce. They're always throwing events. They're always looking for sponsors. We just threw our best real estate conference. We had a ton of people in the back that wanted to sponsor because they wanted to get in front of a room of 500 realtors, right? Again, back to if you're the golf person, there's golf tournaments all the time. You could easily sponsor a hole, and now everyone that plays in that tournament is going to come by. They're going to see your brand. You're going to have a few minutes to chat with them, and it's a great way to get your face out there. And you don't really have to do anything but show up. So, second part is building the culture of your tribe. Building a culture that will connect to the people that are your avatar, that you want to attract, that you want to do business with, and that you want to work with. Tony Hsieh, who in my opinion, and I know Sam's as well, is one of the foremost experts on customer service. He built Zappos to be a huge company, RIP, but one of the greatest entrepreneurs of the last couple decades. If you get culture right, most of the other stuff like great customer service, building a long-term brand, empowering passionate employees and customers will happen on its own just by building the right culture. Celebrate your tribe. I know Molly does yearly gifting, right? Tell us about that.
That one is after Christmas, but before New Year's. If you bought or sold a house with me that year, you get a bottle of Vouv. We deliver it into your house. And then you also get it because that's only 1 year and people don't do it every year. So if you refer someone who bought or sold a house, you also get a bottle of wine. So the FOMO kicks in on that one. I have people that are really excited that they get their bottle, like they're like excited because they get their bottle of champagne that year.
Yeah.
When they refer me somebody.
Exactly.
So.
And it's a cool gift, right? It's like a celebratory bottle. I'm sure no one here has a problem affording it, but it's a $50, $60 bottle of champagne. It's a nice gift for someone to get. Maybe they put it on their mantle and now they look at it and think of you every time until they save it for the day they open it. They take pictures of it.
They take pictures of it and then tag me in it, and my realtor is cool and yada yada, all that stuff. So again, one thing, she delivers them personally, so she gets that interaction.
Then they're posting on social media about how awesome she is. So now she's getting more eyeballs, more attention, and the type of word of mouth traffic that you cannot buy, right? These are people that do it on their own because they want to do it, not because she's telling them to do it. All off a simple yearly gift. And that's just for who? Anyone who bought a house or referred.
Or referred someone that bought a house.
Or referred.
For the year.
Yeah, very easy. Lunch and coffee meetups for people's birthdays. Like, birthdays aren't cool anymore after you're not a kid, right? And no one cares about their birthday. So what if you were the person that made people feel special on their birthday? Hey, Bruce, it's your birthday. I just saw. I'd love to catch up. Can I take you to coffee? Can I take you to lunch? Now I'm going to sit with you. We're going to break bread. We're going to talk about things. I'm going to talk about what I'm doing. You're going to talk about what you're doing. So great way to find your ideal customers on their birthday and just offer to bring them a cup of coffee, take them to lunch, any of that kind of stuff. Giveaways. So that's Jonathan Fisher doing his, I think, yearly pie drive. So why don't you share with us a little bit about what you do and what it's done?
So I'm kind of frugal, so pie shops charge like 25, 30 bucks for a pie. So Costco is like $6 or $7, and I buy a shitload of them, text everybody a few days before, and then remind them the day of, and they come pick up a pie.
Yeah.
And then the leftovers, we give them to homeless.
It's great. And how many people show up for that, for their free pie?
50 to 60.
50 to 60 people out of his database come to his office. He gets to talk to them. He's giving them something for free. So he's creating reciprocity automatically. And he's spending what? $7 a pie? $10 a pie?
Yeah, it's like 300, 350.
So $500 he gets to make that impression with all those people. So tons of things you can do that are just giveaways. They get people to come to you. That creates reciprocity. Great way to move your business forward. Bless you. Close-iversaries, right? Most people forget their clients as soon as they close a transaction. But what if every year on their close-iversary, you mailed them a card? You pop by, you send them an email. Hey, it's been great, it's been a year, hope you love the house, just checking in, love you, mean it, right? Very simple. Maybe you bring a small gift, any of that kind of stuff. So that's a great resource. I'll give you guys 2 that do this automatically. 1 is send out cards. 2 is mailbox power. They both will allow you to set up in advance closing campaigns, I just met you campaigns. They even have gifts that you can attach. You can put like cookies, brownies, any of that kind of stuff. And so now it'll automatically, like let's say you set up a 5-year campaign, now it's going to automatically every year on their close-iversary, it's going to send them a mail piece from you with a gift or not, but either way you're just letting them know you think about them and building that brand for the long term.
And then another thing on that last picture, I'll take pictures of my clients and on our annual anniversaries. I tag them on Facebook and Instagram as well. I send them something in the mail. So that
Love that.
On social, their friends are seeing it, and they'll
Love
say
that.
some comment like, "Oh my gosh, come it's been a year," and then say something special about that experience.
That's really good. Did you guys get that? That's like super easy to do. Can you say that one more time a little louder?
Sure, yeah. So I'll tag them in this photo. And also, so that's the former dean of Azusa Pacific. Super cool guy. And so he has different friends than his wife because he's in the academic realm. So I'll specifically tag him and maybe make academic comments. And I'll tag her and make more social comments. So I tag, if they're married, I tag the husband and the wife differently, each on their respective Facebooks or Instagrams, and then just make a comment that's special about the experience that they had buying or selling with me.
Perfect. And you know they're going to share that. They're going to talk about it. To his point, their friends are going to see it because of the algorithms. So great, easy way to just continue the conversation. Any awards you guys win, show them off in your office. Have them on your desk. Have them on your wall. If you win something and you don't receive an award, which often happens, then make your own. That's something we're really good at. So a couple times we've won SD's Best Brokerage from the Union Tribune. which, by the way, we're in the running to win right now. So if all you guys can go to votebigblock.com and register a vote, it helps all of us because we can say we're San Diego's best brokerage. But they never give you an award. Super annoying. So we go to a website called Bumblejacks where they will create your own custom awards. So now if we win something that is trophy worthy but doesn't come with a trophy, we'll just make our own. So again, it's making your culture, it's bringing people in, it's decking out your space, all of that. Strategic gifting. So this is another great one, especially with your VIPs. You know, did they have a baby? Did they get married? Did a son or daughter graduate college, graduate high school? Any of these like major life events, they have a surgery, it's a get well soon type thing. You can even send gifts for referrals, which I highly recommend. But anything that you can do that's strategic and worth sending a gift, you should always do it. The challenge is you're going to feel like, oh, I'm spending this money and I don't know if I'm going to get anything out of it, da-da-da-da-da. But it's unquantifiable how well this works. The goodwill that you create and the brand and the strength of your personal brand just go crazy on stuff like this. Again, it's very social media friendly, so people will be like, oh my gosh, Big Block just sent me this awesome thing because I got married, yada yada, just had a baby. So they love to post that kind of stuff on social media. Again, that brings us attention, brings more eyeballs, brings more people, expands our net. So, number 3, the third part of the 10X formula is owning your media. Sam and Adam talked a lot about that this morning. But the idea is that you want to be able to stay in front of people from land, sea, and air. What do I mean by that? I mean, you want to show up in their mailbox. You want to show up in their email box. You want to show up in their text feed. You want to show up on their social feeds. You want to show up everywhere that you can possibly show up. A private Facebook group. Guys, I can't stress enough how awesome this is, and I'm glad Adam brought the point home so perfectly this morning. Like, our avatar, the people who buy and sell homes, are on Facebook, right? He made that clear. So why not, as opposed to just posting stuff every day, create that group? Historic homes, Old Town homes, best beach homes, Escondido homes, whatever it is. That's just a great way to build your tribe, stay connected with them, and you control the message, right? Because it's your group. Andrew Greer also did a really cool acquisition of a group, and he's going to break down the whole strategy later of how he did that. Because, again, you don't have to start a group. There's already hundreds of thousands, if not millions of groups out there. Most of them have ghost admins to where they started the group maybe 2 or 3 years ago and then haven't done anything since. So those are easy to acquire, and like Adam was saying, you can get them for a penny a person. So, 10,000 person group, $1,000. Now you've got a group that's already big that you didn't have to build, and you were able to now take over. So he just moved. He moved into a new neighborhood, right? So he's had to reestablish from scratch. So he found an existing Facebook group that was in his neighborhood, that was active, that people were using, that the admins were just kind of neglecting. He was able to take that group over, which he'll explain later, but now he's got an easy way to build out his new market without having to build out his new market himself. Have a print newsletter. Like, this is a really good one that is often neglected. Right? The mailbox kind of gets neglected these days because everything is digital, but that extra touch in the mailbox, especially if you're doing the newsletter yourself, you're able to make it personal. You're able to give like referral shout outs. You could even do like a referral scoreboard where you put people's name on there. You could really do a lot. Like the way ours breaks down, we always give shout outs to our new agents that have joined the company. So you could give shout outs to anyone that's closed a deal in the last however long, 6 months, 3 months, year, whatever it is. We also do an agent spotlight. You could easily do like a deal of the month or a deal of the quarter or, the most expensive home in San Diego right now, whatever it is. And then we have a testimonial down at the bottom right. So those are pretty easy. Just copy and paste one of your testimonials, put it on there, you get social proof. And then that main content piece is the one part that we write every time, which is just what's going on. We try to share some personal stuff so just people can connect in a different way than just watching a video or liking stuff on social media. Again, I know this is a lot of work, so if you don't want to do it yourself, there's a couple of companies that will do pretty good turnkey real estate newsletters, one of which is called the Hands Free Agent, and the other one is called My Marketing Matters. Basically, they do 90% of the work for you. You put your picture in there, you can change anything that you want, and then all you got to do is upload your client list. They will handle the mailing fulfillment. They'll handle everything for you. So, easy way to have a newsletter without actually having to make a newsletter. Connect with all your people on social media. It's amazing to me that not everyone is doing this because it seems so obvious, but I know a lot of you don't do it. Like, connect with everyone on social. If you go to a networking event, don't exchange business cards, just connect on social. If you are doing a community event, don't pass out flyers, just have them join your group or have them connect with you on social. Because that way now they're seeing everything that you post, everything that you're doing, all your events that you have coming up. It's just an easy way to control the conversation and stay in front of these people. Leverage your email list. How many people here actually send regular emails that aren't like the top producer emails? 1, 2, 3, 4. So like a handful of you in the room. Like, email is almost like the lost art form because everybody checks it. And even though we get a lot of spam in our emails, if you're sending an authentic email, and Sharon at the Best Real Estate Conference shared some great tips on this. But basically, like, it doesn't need to be paragraphs and paragraphs. It can be 9 words. It can be, hey, this is the deal of the week in XYZ neighborhood. Or, hey, this is the coolest home I've come across on social media. You can share thoughts, you can share wins, you can share challenges, you can share new content. Just like every week we send out the Monday mashup. In the Monday mashup, it's 5 bullet points, always. You can copy the format. It's basically just 5 things. What do we have coming up? What's our new content? Are there any vendor specials that we want to promote? What's new at the company? And then kind of what's next? What's coming down the road? It's also an easy way to thank referrals, right? Oh, hey, I just want to thank Susie and the Johnsons and Betty Sue for their referrals last month. Thank you, love you, mean it. Again, it's just conditioning your tribe over and over that you're all about referrals and that you're giving them love publicly for sending those referrals. Have a podcast. So podcast is a really underused medium right now, especially in real estate. It allows you to dominate your local market. There's probably low or no competition. Like, I'll bet if you did the North Park podcast or the whatever neighborhood you're in podcast, it'd be a really easy way to do it. You become a local authority, and you can use a tool called Libsyn, which will basically slice it, dice it, and distribute it to all the podcast platforms, so you literally will be everywhere. Video text messages. This is one of the easiest strategies to implement. It costs $0, and people get a lot of impact out of it. So for us, that's me sending a video message to one of the guys on the team, Clark. But literally, I pull my phone out. I saw it was his birthday. Just pulled it up. Hey, Clark, just wanted to wish you a happy birthday. All the best. We really appreciate you. Wish you nothing but success in the future. Done. Boom. Send. Took me 30 seconds. Cost me $0 and has a massive impact on the one-on-one. And what's cool about the video text message is you don't get caught into like the 1 hour long conversation for those people that like to chat, right? If I called him, then I might get sucked into one of those, and that's high risk. So I'm just going to send a video text message where I'm going to get the same point across, but we don't have to have that 1 hour long conversation. So it's an easy way. Again, you can do it for life events, babies, marriages, graduations, all of that.
Michelle just did that for Mother's Day to me.
You what?
Michelle just sent me that for Mother's Day.
What'd you send? Let's hear it.
Just a happy Mother's Day and wanted to connect with you again and
Yeah.
say whatever. But it was a video. It was simple.
Yeah, it's great. And people feel that, right? Because it's personal. You shot it just for them. It's not a mass happy birthday to everyone that I just send the same happy birthday message to everybody when it's their birthday, or like put an email in my autoresponder that just says, happy birthday, you're amazing. It's one-on-one, it's personal, and best part, it's free. Again, if you don't want to do it yourself, there's lots of ways that you can leverage other people's stuff to have the same impact without having to do it yourself. For example, there's plenty of people that have podcasts. Victor has an awesome podcast. He had Sam on as a guest. Now Sam gets exposure for free to Victor's audience. Victor wins because he has an awesome guest like Sam, who's handsome, good-looking, successful, all of those things.
Don't stop.
Same thing with other people's events, right? Like we get invited to speak on stages all the time. Chamber of Commerce, they're always looking for speakers. All these things make it easy for you to just leverage other people's stuff that's already happening to get the same effect. Number 4, setting your community up for maximum referrals. How we doing? Getting there? Cool. So, couple things you can do. One, creating friendly competition, right? Like I highly, highly suggest you all create a referral scoreboard. I promise you, people, it's like the military. People die for stripes, right? People want to see their name on lists, especially at the top of the list. So if you just had a referral scoreboard for the number of referrals you receive every year, and it was just an active scoreboard that was always moving, now, you know, Poncho's going to be like, man, I'm number 3 on the list. I got to get to the top of that list. I'm going to send a couple more referrals. I'm going to see what I can do to help him out. Same thing. What's that? Referrals. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Same thing, right? Winner circle. We put everyone's name that makes it on a list. That graphics gets shared around by a bunch of you. It's just people like it. People like to flex that they're on the top 10 list. People like to flex on Winner Circle. All these VIP events that you're doing for people. It's a great way for them to leverage those. Come up with some sort of a referral contest, right? Like as you guys know, anyone that refers Big Block and Agent, you get put in, your name gets put in the hat to win a Mercedes-Benz every year. We do that at a holiday party. Any one person that refers, they go in the hat. You can refer 10 people. And we give away a Mercedes-Benz every year just for that. In addition to that, we want to recognize referrals publicly. Like Erica over here hit a big milestone for referrals. She sent us 25 agents that have joined the company. So anyone that refers 25 agents to the company, we would love to also buy you a Mercedes-Benz. Yeah, we're still doing that. And in addition to that, we also use it as a content opportunity, right? We gave away a Mercedes-Benz, which is pretty badass. Look how happy Erica looks in that Mercedes-Benz. And then at the bottom, which you can't see, is that this video has gotten 5,539 views that cost us $0. They enhance our brand. They make us look good. People are like, holy shit, they're giving away a Mercedes-Benz. So just great all the way around. Send a small thank you for referrals. Again, mailbox power, send out cards are great for that. Like when anyone sends us a referral of an agent that joins, you'll get a mail piece from us. That's a card that says thank you for the referral. We also send you a couple brownies or cookies that are branded with our logo on it, which is pretty cool. So again, easy way to just build the brand. Unexpected pop buys, like one thing that Allie does. I don't think she's here at the moment, but... Oh, yeah. So tell us about the blue boxes that you like to deliver.
Well, I used to like to deliver them.
Well, supply chain issues, but let's pretend there's no supply chain issues.
After the pandemic. Actually, I think it was a lead thing that Tiffany had to recall and they stopped doing stuff. Anyway, but yeah, we have a wonderful program with Open Escrow called Agent of the Month. And we're heavily regulated, just like title by RESPA, so kind of gets a little hairy, but we did find a way where it has nothing to do with production. So it's not like, hey, I'm gonna give you this if you give me this type exchange. It's just a recognition program, so once a month, each officer gets to pick and acknowledge and recognize one of the agents that works with them. And we go out and have a gift limit, and we get some cool stuff just for, being on the team and representing us and them, and kind of exactly recognition and saying thank you. But yeah, cool stuff goes on. They post pictures, they tag it. Like, everyone knows what that blue box is, so it's just like, oh, what's in the Tiffany's, kind of a thing.
So let's think about the psychology there, right? Someone's at work, they're sitting in their cubicle or whatever they're doing. All of a sudden, you pop by, big smile on your face, big blue box, and you drop it on their thing and you say thank you. Maybe you talk for a minute, whatever. But then you leave. What do you think everyone in that office is going to do? They're going to come up and be like, oh, what's in that blue box? Where'd you get that? What is that? What's going on? And now all of a sudden, they're talking about you and how you gave them this awesome gift, and just build those word of mouth referrals. Make it easy to represent the tribe. When getting company swag, make sure it's valuable, high quality, and passes the do you actually want this test. Like, if you received this, would you actually care? Would you like it? Would you keep it? If yes, then it's a maybe. But the standard goods, polos, hats, cups. Think about things everyone needs you can incorporate into your process, right? For us, it's name tags. A lot of realtors, they like to wear their name tag. We do it as an unexpected gift. When you join the company, we send out a box, name tag on it, and people just like it. It's an unexpected gift. It just adds to the wow factor. One thing that some of the agents that we work with do is they do, like for buyer consultations, they have these custom branded notebooks that they give, and it's like, hey, this is going to allow you to like rate the bathroom, rate the this, rate the that, make some notes. So now all of a sudden when you have them in your car and you go show them a bunch of houses, now they've got their notebook which has your branding all over it, and it's a value add for them that they'll actually use and appreciate. Vehicles are really easy. You can wrap a vehicle, you can get a Scion or anything that has like a $99 a month car payment and just get it rented, and now you've got a company vehicle, and you can even let other people drive it for you. You can gamify it. Gamify representing, that's always good. Like, right, for example, when you guys post your pictures about the event, we're told you what the hashtag is. We're offering a couple prizes. It's an easy incentive to win a couple $100 just by using our big block banners. Promotes the hashtag. We've gotten pictures. Here, let me get a picture real quick. Nice. So we've gotten pictures at this point from all over the world. Like, that's the Acropolis in Greece. That's Oktoberfest. This is Jonathan Olo in the Maldives. I don't know where Jessica was on this. Thailand or something crazy. What'd you say? Koh Samui? Yeah, wherever that is. Everyone can get in on it. You just pass them out to everyone. People even get extreme with it, like surfing, skydiving, river rafting. And now we have all these awesome photos that we can use in our marketing moving forward that make our company look a lot different than the traditional real estate company, because when we're posting pictures like this and they're posting pictures like this with their red and blue background with a house behind it, it's just, it lets them know that we're not your grandpa's brokerage. You can also do this with any type of swag. You don't need to have banners. You can do it with hats. Hey, take a picture of my hat and I'll give a monthly prize, or a shirt, or whatever it is. So that kind of wraps it. But the 10X formula: number one, cool events; number two, building a magnetic culture to bring in the right people, bring in your tribe, bring in your avatar, bring in the people that matter to you. And then owning your own media and controlling the message. And if you do all this right, you too can drive a Lambo. Thank you.